Hey everybody, I think we are back live here. Just going through new stuff here. I just got a report of I got a confirmed tornado warning that showed up, and I'm just looking into this now. Apologies. I did not see this on radar happening. Just a second. TDS north of Woodworth. Warning just issued. Okay, so tornado debris signature north of Woodworth. They issued the warning, tornado warning. This includes a good chunk of northeastern Rapides Parish, and then that includes parts of northwestern Avoyelles Parish. Just kind of getting my bearings on this one because, again, did not see this coming. Okay, everything's set up now. The tornado warning. Let's see, I don't believe we have the warning out, or do we? Yes, we do. Tornado warning for East Central Rapides Parish in central Louisiana, northwestern Avoyelles Parish in central Louisiana. At 6:15 p.m., a tornado-producing storm was located near Alexandria, moving east at 25 miles per hour. This is a radar-confirmed damaging tornado. Let me go and walk through this because, yeah, looks like this has probably lifted. This was just, looks like it crossed over Castor Plunge Road near Cooley Crossing, crossed 49 just north of the Woodworth exit, and then likely dissipated near the Inglewood Plantation. This was a very quick developing tornado that really did not have much of a signature on radar, but there was a little bit of a notch in there. And so, unfortunately, it looks like this happened before the warning was out. And now I'm looking to see here. This is this kind of faded area here between Inglewood and Chambers, moving toward Latanier. That's where this tornado was. I would, looking at what I see now, I'm not thinking that is still down, but this quite possibly produced some damage near the Cooley Crossing area. And let me just go back here a little bit. So 165, if you're heading into Woodworth, that area near the Timberlake subdivision, it looks like, that's where this dropped between Masonic and Castor Plunge. Then it crossed over toward I-49. So I'll tell you, Tom, why don't you slide into this chair? And what I'm going to do is take a quick drive down there, and I'll let you drive the system. I'm going to go look at this, and I'll text you pictures or something if I see it.
All right, folks. We do have that tornado warning, and let's see. Let me put on the alerts, and let's see. See what we're looking at here as far as there's the tornado signature that we're looking at there just to the north of Woodworth, right in the bend of Highway 165. So we can kind of zoom in to that just a little bit and see what we're looking at and who's affected. And we'll go into the warned area with the alerts. Okay. So this portion of Rapides Parish, which would include the area from, looks like Alexandria southward. Let's see, let me get my bearings on here real quick. Okay, so there's the tornado warned area. And this is valid until let's see, 6:45. So that is about 20 more minutes for this possible tornado on the ground. And so let's go in and we'll take a closer look and kind of see what's happening there. But as you see in that whole warned area, this includes the areas of all the way south to Glenmora. It includes just a little chunk of extreme northern Evangeline, the extreme western part of Avoyelles Parish, of course Woodworth, and all the way up Highway 165. We've got that in the warning in effect until 6:45 for much of the Alexandria-Pineville area. Now, once you get up north into Ball, Tioga, and Timber Trails, Paradise, Kingsville, some of those locations, you're out of the warned area. It's farther to the south. This includes Alexandria, Pineville proper, and then points southward to Glenmora. LeCount is included in this as well. And so let me just mention some of these locations that are included in that. Of course, the Alexandria area, which would include, let's see, so there's the city of Alexandria. So you head southbound, and we can go in toward Englewood, Moreland. We can go a little bit farther to the south toward Chambers, Cooley, Cloverdale. There's Woodworth. There's the signature. Looking back downstream from there, you go to Latania, Whittington, LSU, Alexandria is out that direction. Samtown, Colleen, Cedar Grove, Shady Oaks, Wardville in there as well as the Pineville area. Again, the area around Kingsville northward is out of the warned area. And Labouche, Shady Oaks down toward Colleen, as I said, and that moves even farther to the west, to the east, as we look at the locations, and not quite to Center Point though, but looking in toward Cedar Grove, and then heading between Highway 107 and Highway 1. So if you're in that area of Rapides Parish, you are in the warning, as we see right there. So that's the Red River. So that gives you an idea of who in Rapides Parish is included within that potential tornado warning. So we can put that into motion, and we can see that the tornado signature looks like it's remaining pretty constant right there. And let me check any bulletins from the Weather Service. Hold on just a second. Okay, I don't see any updates, but it does look like that tornado signature is holding together. And we can check out the base velocity, and don't see anything that's real conclusive there. And sometimes the storm relative velocity is a little bit better, but the velocity signatures are not definitive with that, but the reflectivity shows that we do have heavy thunderstorms in that particular area. So we can get sometimes these little, what we call the QLCS type of tornadoes. And I'm kind of wondering whether that's what this is. Let me look at the larger scale, and I can show you that we do see kind of a broken, wavy line of convection of showers and thunderstorms here that extends all the way down to the north of Lake Charles. It gets a little bit broader and a little bit better organized here in our local area. And you can see there's the warned area right there. This is punching out fairly quickly, kind of leaving this part in the southwest Rapides behind. But again, with this kind of pattern, I think that's what we're looking at, is one of those little linear system tornadoes. Most of the time, those are not large tornadoes. Most of the time, they are not major, but they're tornadoes, and they should be respected. So again, this gives you a larger scale view of what's going on. This is the confirmed tornado area, as we see with the flash, which does extend into the northwest part of Avoyelles Parish. and the Center Point, Effie communities, and that particular area of Avoyelles Parish. Marksville, you're not in that just yet. But the storms are moving in your direction likewise for Marksville and the rest of Avoyelles Parish. You'll get your chance later on after 6:45, after 7 o'clock, as that will move into your particular area. So zooming in just a tad into that tornado warning. Again, this includes areas, southern part of the city of Alexandria, and then elsewhere it includes the area just to the north of LeCount. And again, this is the zone of highest risk. This is the confirmed tornado warned area. And then it includes all those locations there that I just mentioned. There's the Red River, Cedar Grove, Latania, Willington, Poland, Wilson Point right on the far south side of that. Ruby, Colleen in that as well. Center Point, and there's Effie, even as far east as Monclaw is where the tornado warning is for. And then coming on down in toward 5th Ward to the west of Marksville, Monclaw to the southwest of there. Marksville, you're just out of it right now, but it's a sign that you should be vigilant and monitor your warnings here and see exactly what's going on with this because it's not over yet. The warning remains for about 17 more minutes here across this portion of Rapides Parish. So again, this is the Moreland Chambers area out toward Cloverdale. This is going into, looks like to the north of LeCount. So LeCount, you're out of this. This is the southern parts very close to LSU, Alexandria. So a closer look going into this, into Latania, Whittington. We're seeing Big Lake Road, Hog Lake Road, going into looks like Tyler Road, DeWitt Lane, and Tiger Lake Road, Highway 1 South, right there. You do drive out of it once you get that far to the south. And then going over toward Wilson Point, we're seeing Blair Road around Ruby, Porter Road, A.B. Porter Road there, east of Ruby, coming into Truly White Road, Hog Lake Road, Reynolds Community, and then Sasha Road, south of Cedar Grove. There's your old Marksville Highway there, going in toward Center Point, Jeff McNeil Road, W. Bryant Road, going into Locker Road, around just off the old Marksville Highway, just to the east of Colleen. There's Brandon Road, Palmer Chapel, of course, Williams Lake Road, Ripland Road, and eastern rural Rapides Parish there, east of Pineville. Old River Road in this tornado warned area, down toward 3rd Street. We're going out south and southeast of there, and that extends all the way down toward the Whittington community, where we run just about out of the warned area just to the south of the Whittington and Poland communities there. And you see the storms kind of punching fairly quickly through there. And let's see, with the CC, still seeing a little signature there around LeCount, which might imply that there could still be a tornado on the ground. Let's see if there's any verification of that, any reports from NWS. I'm looking on, looks like some comments. Don't see anything from folks. Let me see. Going up. Okay. I can't go too far up on the comments, but I don't see anything specifically for this area and for this warning. Okay. So we're still seeing an identifiable signature, it looks like, there with a possible tornado on the ground just east of Latania, north of the Whittington community, northwest of the Poland community there, south of Cedar Grove. Looks like that is going to extrapolate between Cedar Grove and Ruby along the highway there. And looking at the Reynolds community there. Again, I've mentioned this before, Hog Lake Road. So this is pretty close to ground zero, folks, in that particular area. Palmer Chapel Road, mostly to the southeast of there is where the signature is. So it looks like, again, ground zero is going to be between the Center Grove area, Hog Lake, Sasha Roads, and then going over toward Porter Road to the east of the Ruby community, and then south of Highway 107, the old Marksville Highway, if you will. This should stay south of the Colleen area, which some of these roads here, this is Mercer Road, Palmer Chapel. If you go south toward Big Lake Road, you will get into that signature possible tornado there in that part of the parish. So it continues to move eastward fairly steadily at about 30 miles per hour. So again, what you should do, you should have your plan in place. Of course, you should be in the lowest level of your home. Don't go up to the second floor. Don't go up to the attic or anything like that. Don't travel during this type of situation. You should stay on the lowest floor. Basements are great, but Louisiana and basements, don't mix. So, yeah, stay on the first floor. Get centrally located. If you can find a closet or a bathroom that's close to the middle of your dwelling, that's a good place to be. You stay low, you stay away from windows, you stay away from doors, exterior doors, and you'll be doing your part to safeguard yourself. One thing you also might want to do is notify your friends and relatives, neighbors, and tell them that there's a tornado warning and there's a potential tornado on the ground that's going between Cedar Grove and Ruby communities right now. And of course, that is where what we call ground zero might be. Let's see. Let's see if there's anything else from NWS here. Okay. From what I just read from the National Weather Service, they're going to keep this warning going for a while as we continue to see the signature, and then probably replace it with a severe thunderstorm warning with a caveat that a tornado could form at any time. Usually when the Weather Service does that, it means that the most concerning situation is over with, yet there's still some concern because the storm will probably remain to be rotating. And with that, it's prudent to keep at least some mention of the word tornado in the mix, if you will. Let's see. Looking at comments, and if there's anyone indicating I don't see any comments there. So I guess no news is good news with that, but we continue to see that signature travel through the area. I'm going to extend this time out for an hour. And see what kind of continuity we've got here. So I think they must have already taken that confirmed tornado warning down, which is good news. Hold on. Okay. One of the things I'm looking at here is usually you want those correlation coefficient, the CC correlate the data that we're looking at here. What this tells us is that the size of the particles that are airborne is inconsistent, which is indicative of a potential tornado. Now, there are a couple of rules, though, that have to be followed before you can kind of go with that. The first is it needs to be with some type of reflectivity intact, and you can see that it's kind of on the back side of this reflectivity, or the main area of storms, and there's not really a signature that we can see as far as a velocity signature there. So sometimes we rely on the correlation coefficient, the CC, to tell us where a tornado is. But what we're looking at is the correlation coefficient is seeing what it thinks it's seeing, but it's not associated with a concerning storm structure. So the National Weather Service is going to take that warning down. I think they already did. And eventually I think there will be a severe thunderstorm warning, which will take its place here after probably about 6:45 or something like that. So that's what's going on. So, but if you remain in this particular area, there's still potential. Let me just go to the reflectivity data. There's still potential for some strong wind with this. In fact, let me go to the base velocity and see that. Let's see. And look at the base velocity. All right, let's see, that's not. Okay, there we go. Gotta get rid of some stuff there. All right. So we're not looking at extreme winds over there. So yeah, there's some gusty winds. I was picking up 30 to 45 miles per hour with that, and much of that could probably be a rear flank kind of thing going on. So, I can put this back into motion and give you an idea of where this is headed. And let's see. So the severe thunderstorm warning now has been extended deeper into Avoyelles Parish. So let's stop that, and we'll look at the alerts. So that's a severe thunderstorm for a good part of Avoyelles Parish, except the southern part. If you were to draw a line from Bunkie to Simmsport, north of that line, the warning is valid. South of the line, you're not in the warned area. That doesn't mean you're out of the woods. It just means you may be out of the woods from this particular storm, but there's other stuff you can see over toward Oakdale, extending northeastward into southern Rapides, that's going to be moving eastward and northeastward during the next 2 hours. And so I would think that Bunkie and Simmsport would eventually get some action from those particular storms that we're seeing there. So this is a severe thunderstorm warning until 7:30 for much of Avoyelles Parish. All right. So the storm has punched into Avoyelles, moving fairly quickly. Let's see how fast it's moving there. Moving about 30, 35 miles an hour or so. So I can put that back into motion and turn the alerts on. This warning polygon here, well, I think will expire at 6:45. That's that old severe thunderstorm warning. Looks like the storm has pretty much outran that, at least the worst part of the storm. And so the confirmed tornado warning has went away now, as the situation is not as organized as it was. And so we had that new warning, which goes deep into Avoyelles Parish, as you see right there. So a storm coming in toward Marksville right now. So there's a hail and wind threat with this. And, of course, not too far moved from producing a tornado, apparently, north of Woodworth, then that's not that far removed from a tornado. So, and these things are cyclic. Sometimes what happens is the potential for severe weather varies from place to place. And there are sweet spots, and then there are sour spots. In the sweet spots, they pick up enough energy and shear to produce a tornado. In the sour spots, the storm might weaken. Excuse me. So the storm might weaken at that particular point. Live stuff here, folks. So that weakening trend would have to be correlated with a downward trend in any hail potential or severe potential like tornadoes or rainfall rates or something like that. Well, let me zoom out and we'll see what else we've got going on. And that's the only warning that we've got going on right now. So we're doing okay. So again, the only warning: severe thunderstorm for most of Avoyelles Parish from Bunkie to Sinnsport north until 7:30. And I think I'll try to take this opportunity to get away from the mic for a minute and recover. Now, if anything else happens that you should know about, another tornado warning, we'll come back on live. Okay.
That makes sense.
Do it.
You drove through the TDS?
I may still be on.
Okay.
I haven't.
Oh, are you?
I don't know.
Let me see.
I don't know where the caster is.